Okay, hello again, and this segment is going to be talking about Clearfield canola at the Pitura seed farm. So this past year we had three different varieties of Clearfield canola. Clearfield, just take a step back, is something that Pituras have been growing for I think 6 years now, at least, and it's a variety we're very pleased with trying all the new varieties coming down the pipeline, especially with what's going on with Merit Functional Foods, which I will get to in a bit. But to talk about what we grew this year, there was three varieties, starting with Canola Seeds CS 2500. This variety is a staple in the Clearfield market. I would say that one of its biggest takeaways is its maturity length and how well this variety swaths. So yeah, in terms of yield, it did quite well this year, averaging 55. And Calvin was quite pleased with how it swathed and thrashed. Moving into the next variety, which listed here in the bottom right, is Experimental Clearfield, which is actually now called CS 2700. That's how it will be sold as for this coming year. And this was an exciting variety for us to try for a few reasons. The first being that we were given information from Cantera that this is supposed to be a substitute for CS 2500 eventually, and a big pillar in the Clearfield market, and it proved to be just that. This year its maturity length was actually a little bit earlier than even that of CS 2500, which was really nice to see. Really spread out that harvest window. And also, looking at its yield here in the bottom right, a whopping 56.7 bushels to the acre, which is the biggest Clearfield yield that Calvin and Connor have achieved at the Pitura farm. So that was an accomplishment. So we had a strip of that within a field of CS 2500, not a whole quarter, just two strips. So, it was nice to see how that matured in relation to CS 2500 and how it stood. I was just talking with Laird about this a minute ago, and it was an interesting thing to take away. We just went over that with a cultivator last week, and when looking at it from the road, you can actually see, the stalks of that 2700 standing better than that of the 2500. Which speaks to the robustness and strength and healthiness of that stock. So that's the two Clearfields from Cantera, 2500 and 2700. The last one we had at Pituras this year was Brett Young's 5545, another long-standing variety in the Clearfield market. And there's a video here in the middle that if you click the link or find the link online, you can see Laird out in the field the morning that it was being swathed. And that's a great video to really represent how that variety stands and how it swaths. And another really great variety for yield potential, did 57 this year on a quarter section. So quite happy with it as well. Some pretty good blackleg and clubroot genetics on that variety that have stood the test of time. So all three of those varieties are going to be accepted on the Merit Functional Foods contracts, which I will touch on later. But the agronomics of how we treated the Clearfield this year is listed there in the bottom left. And I'm going to leave it at that to wrap up this segment on Clearfield canola. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.